Hi guys, so today I'm filming a video on my acne story, and this wasn't like requested, it wasn't anything. I just kind of wanted to maybe share with you guys my journey, I guess, with acne, and maybe it'll help some of you out. I'm gonna give you guys a few products that I've currently been using in my new my skincare routine that I've been doing for the past few months that has been working very well, and so I'm going to share those products with you and kind of tell you guys my story with acne and everything. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first time I ever got like a pimple or acne in general was in 5th grade, and so that's probably pretty early, but acne runs in my family. Both of my parents had it. My sister and my brother both had their struggle with it, of course. It wasn't not expected for me to get acne, I guess. But it started in 5th grade, and yeah, 5th and 6th grade, I just had it between my eyebrows right here. It was just a few pimples right there. I used to get teased for my acne a lot, and especially in middle school. Okay, so I started using Proactive in the 6th grade, and so that's what I was using at the time. Proactive never worked for me, ever. And then Christmas of 6th grade is when I got the Clinique 3-step skincare system. I don't know, it's a face wash, a toner, and a moisturizing gel, I'm pretty sure, or something like that, or a lotion. But me and Lindsay both got that little kit or whatever for Christmas, and I'm pretty sure that when I started using that, that is when my acne just completely went downhill, and it has been worse ever since. So I do not recommend those products at all. Never get the Clinique skincare system. It might work for other people. It personally ruined my life. Not ruined my life, but ruined my skin pretty much. And so I remember when I first started using that was I started using it thinking it would work. My acne just got so much worse. And so I stopped using that, and I only used Cetaphil, or Cetaphil, whatever you want to call it. It's just a regular cleanser, and I would only use that. And I think I might have gotten back to Proactive somewhere in the middle of that, maybe. But 7th grade was when I first started going to see a dermatologist, and we had to convince my mom to do it, but she finally did. My sister had really bad acne in the 7th grade, I think. That's when it was her worst, I guess, or at least I remember that's when she was just really fed up with it, and we convinced my mom together to let us go to the dermatologist. And so she gave me, I don't know what I first started out on. So all I had been doing for my skin from about 7th grade until freshman year, I'm gonna say, maybe I'm wrong. 7th grade, she put me on, I don't know, some acne medication. Didn't work. Next time I would go in and I would tell her, nothing has improved with my skin with whatever you gave me, and it's not working. All I'm doing for my skin is using a simple cleanser and an oil-free moisturizer. That was all I was doing. And she would give me, they're called topicals, and they're little just spot treatments. I would use it, nothing would help. Next time I would go in, nothing's what you gave me isn't working again. She would fix the prescription, give it back to me again. She would say, come back and see me in a month. I would see her every month or so, every few months. And for some reason, I just never realized for a while that just it wasn't helping at all. And my mom kept realizing it and saying it and trying to tell me, Megan, this dermatologist isn't working at all. She just keeps giving you these medications that just don't work. And I was just I know they don't, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'd probably say that 6th grade when I had it on my forehead. 7th grade was definitely when it started moving to my chin, and it was just mainly in my T-zone. 8th grade is when it started spreading to my cheeks. And so then it was just I had the complete, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen it before, people with just all the little bumps just all over their forehead. That's everything that I had on my forehead. I had bigger zits on my chin. I had it breaking out and going towards, it never kind of went up here for a while. It was just kind of down here and more in my chin. Then in 8th grade, started moving to my cheeks, and that is when I started freaking out. And I was just acne is literally taking over my whole face. The only parts that I didn't have acne on were maybe my cheekbones, maybe. But basically I had acne all over my face. 8th grade is definitely when it started spreading. And I still went to the dermatologist thinking that she'd help me, and she just kept giving me stuff that just wouldn't work. I used topicals, I used, you know, the medication that she gave me, I used everything. Freshman year, I was still seeing the same dermatologist, and she kept giving me a bunch of different medications. My acne, it would kind of like, it wasn't that severe. I'm not saying that I had like cystic acne, but I just had like the mini, like all the bumps on the forehead, and then I had like the bigger zits on my chin, like I said. Probably end of freshman year, and then through the summer, and then more towards the beginning of my sophomore year, which is this year, it started spreading like down my neck, like I'm talking like all along here, and all on my chest. Oh, I also forgot to mention 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I had it all over my back. It was everywhere on my back. My back knee probably started clearing up freshman year more. It wasn't like that big of a deal for me. It was more of a big deal in middle school. And then my face was just always what I was trying to clear up always, because like my back wasn't like that big of a deal, but you know, your face is like what people notice first. Yeah, my back knee started clearing up freshman year, but when my back started clearing up, my chest started breaking out. And so I had that whole problem end of freshman year. Over the summer, I was a lifeguard, and we had to wear like bathing suits, and I used to have to put like concealer over the zits on my chest, and over the summer, even when I went to work, I would put foundation on and I would put it on my chest. I couldn't just go to work without any makeup on. I would have to wear it always because it was just like so embarrassing. Like when you were just like sitting up on the stand, then you would like get off, you know, and I would like go to the bathroom and be like, oh, like I have zits all over my chest, and that's really embarrassing because, you know, you're walking around in a bathing suit the whole time, and it's just like, you know, it's not a fun time. There's nothing that you can do to like cover it up. So I had the whole problem with my acne being very, very bad. I'm sure you guys saw it in my homecoming video. I remember I had to put like a disclaimer at the beginning saying not to comment on my acne because I was taking off all of my makeup for you guys, and I was very, very insecure about that. My acne had always been the #1 thing that had always made me feel insecure about myself, and especially over the summer when I had a boyfriend, I just felt so uncomfortable with like it being around my mouth, and he would like, I don't know, I just felt uncomfortable with him like looking at me and just like seeing that, you know, like it's always the first thing that you notice in someone, and it's like, it did not make me feel good. I just wanted it to go away. And my mom would tell me all the time that we just need to stop seeing the dermatologist, and I was just like, no, I just need to tell her that I need something that works. And in October, so it was around the same time that I had made the homecoming video, probably a few weeks later, I went to the dermatologist, and she prescribed me birth control. And don't like freak out over that. Definitely don't freak out over that. It was solely for the purpose of clearing up my acne. And I had to convince my mom about it so hard because, I mean, it is birth control, and she didn't want me to think that like she was giving it to me so that I could like have sex. But I mean, it's just like I had to do that so that I could clear up my acne. So I got prescribed this birth control called Desigen in October. So I'm going to show you what one of my like birth control packet looks like. So basically it has all the days of the week, and it's just mapped out. These are all supposed to be red, but I mean, like I took all of them. These are the ones that like, if you start taking it on like a certain day of the month, okay, you know what, it's just like, it's really confusing, but basically when you get like a new packet or something, then you just start it on that certain day of the week. So it's all mapped out. And so these are all red, and then you have one single white week, and the white week is when you get your period. So that's good that like my period is like mapped out, I guess, but that's like a plus. But basically, yeah, so that's what one of those like looks like. I take red pills for 3 weeks straight, and then the white week I have my period, and then it just starts all over again. And so I've been doing that since October, and I'm pretty sure that's what definitely cleared up my acne. So when I first got Desigen is when I also was prescribed amoxicillin, and it's just like I'm pretty sure it was just like a yeast control pill, and the yeast was for my like breakouts up here, though just a billion little white bumps or whatever, the ones that you like can't pop and they're just like irritated and red. I'm pretty sure if you have acne, you know what I'm talking about. But those are all from yeast. At least that's what my dermatologist said. And so I would always, while I was taking all these prescriptions and everything, she would give me stuff for yeast. She would give me stuff for, you know, more cystic acne. But the yeast one was what I was taking at the time to control this. And then it was like what was going to help me while we were waiting for the birth control to kick in. And so I think like the birth control probably didn't start showing benefits at all until maybe like 1 month, 2 months, I don't even know. Maybe it was the amoxicillin that helped at the time, but my acne definitely did get better over the course of like 1.5 to 2 months. And so, yeah, I started taking that, and then probably I think at the end of December, maybe early January, I just stopped taking the amoxicillin, and I was like, I'll just do the Desigen birth control from now on, and that's what I've been taking, I guess, ever since. Now it's February, and that's still all that I'm taking, and so that's kind of my more like prescription part of the acne story. That is what I have to stay on. I'm kind of more afraid to come off of the birth control because I think that it's like if I come off of it, maybe I'm gonna like break out, but I'll have to talk to my dermatologist about that or something. Oh yeah, about that dermatologist, she actually moved, and so now I have a new one. But I mean, I really go to see her now. The only times I ever go to the dermatologist is just to like check in now, and they'll do like a chemical peel on me. And like, if you know what a chemical peel is, yes, it burns so bad, but it's really good for helping with acne scarring. And I have a lot of scarring. I'm sure you guys can't see it because I cover it all up. I wear full coverage foundation, but I have terrible scarring. It's mainly on my cheeks, and then I have it you know, on my chin. I have a few on my chest, and I have some on my back. I have it basically anywhere that I had acne. I have a lot of scarring. Basically, that's the only thing that I'm trying to clear up now because my acne has gone down a lot. I mean, every now and then I'll get zits, of course. I still have one zit, you know, every day. I'll still have like one. But overall, my skin has definitely gotten a lot better. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am right now with my acne in my face, I guess. But I'm also going to tell you guys about my journey with birth control. So when I first started like taking it, you do gain a lot of weight. Not a lot, but I probably gained about 6 pounds. It's not too much, but it's to the point where it's kind of noticeable. So I gained weight, and then I got a gym membership, and I've just been doing that ever since. I haven't like gotten back down to the size that I was or like the weight that I was, but I'm fine where I am now. I think I look fine. Like, I don't have a problem with my weight. I did like gain weight, but it's still to the point where I'm like healthy, and so I'm not like overweight. I just gained a little bit, and so I don't really mind it. You know, I go to the gym, I work out, I dance, I do whatever, and so yeah, that's like fine. When I started gaining weight, I kind of like at like the moment I started freaking out because I thought it was just gonna get worse. At the time that I was gaining weight was at the same time that I was getting acupuncture, and my mom actually recommended acupuncture to clear my acne, so maybe that had something to do with it too. I'm telling you guys, I tried everything, like a billion types of everything, you know, acupuncture, changing my diet, changing everything. Basically, where I was then was when I started taking the birth control and gaining weight was when I was also doing acupuncture. And so he would do the acupuncture, like it's not like sticking needles in my face. He would do it on my body, and it would overall benefit my skin. And I thought I was definitely getting better, and so maybe that did help a little bit too. But he also recommended doing a wheat-free diet. And so I have mentioned that to you guys before, that he was the one who recommended my gluten-free diet. And so I did that for 3 weeks, I think, and then over Christmas break I stopped because, I mean, it was Christmas and I wanted to eat like biscuits and food and everything. And then I noticed that like it just kind of, when I started eating wheat again, it just kind of made me just like feel gross. I just felt like full, like a weird kind of full all the time, and I just wanted to like feel like I did when I didn't eat gluten. And so then I started doing it again, and that was about, I want to say like a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. And so I just started doing it again, and I'm fine with it. I mean, it's really hard, and I do cheat from time to time, but I mean, overall, I try to stay more gluten-free based. Maybe I'll give it up eventually, but I mean, right now I feel like the gluten, like if I start eating it all again, that maybe I'll start breaking out. And so basically everything that I'm doing now, I'm just scared to stop because I'm afraid that it's going to make me break out. And so I don't want to stop with the gluten-free diet because I'm afraid I'm gonna break out. I don't want to stop my birth control because I'm afraid I'm gonna break out. Yeah, so just everything. But yeah, basically the story with the birth control, it made me gain weight, but that was basically the only side effect that I have. It doesn't make me feel anything. It doesn't make me like, I think I felt kind of like moody the first week or two that I started taking it, but I was fine after that. And yeah, so that's basically all that happened with it. I mean, I don't know if you guys, I doubt you guys noticed that I gained a little bit of weight. It wasn't like a noticeable amount. It happens with basically every birth control that you go on. And I know that Rachel, I call it Ambrosia, had a problem with her gaining a lot of weight from it. And some people do. Some people do gain a lot of weight. But personally, in my case, I gained like 6 to 8 pounds, like just a little bit. But yeah, now I'm just trying to not gain more weight from the birth control. I'm trying to maintain a healthier diet. I'm trying to get more exercise and stuff like that. And I think it's working. And so that's basically what I'm doing for my face at the moment. And this is what my skin looks like. If you guys can see, I get like a few just like little ones, you know, but overall I just have like scarring. But I mean, like if you guys had watched my older videos, you had definitely seen my acne. Like it was definitely very noticeable. And like my outfits of the week, when I would be up the like this close to the camera, you could see it all over my chin. Especially in my homecoming video when I had all my makeup off, you can definitely see it in there. It wasn't something to go unnoticed. It was definitely noticeable, and I'm very glad for everything that I've been doing, that I've finally gotten to the place where I'm like confident in my face. Like yesterday I went out without any makeup on, and even though I do have scarring, I also have freckles, so I mean it kind of blends in with them, and I have gotten to the point where it's not like that tragic for me to be seen without makeup. I'm definitely very happy that I've gotten to the place with my face now that I'm, oh that rhymed, that I'm kind of more confident in it. But now I'm going to show you guys the products that I'm now using that have been kind of more like my staple products since I have started this whole like birth control acne clearing process. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys those. So this is the cleanser that I use every day, every morning and every night, and it's actually a scrub. And this is a mouthful, I'm gonna tell you. I showed this in one of my favorites videos, but this is the Alba Botanical Natural Acne Dote or Dote, don't really know, maximum strength face and body scrub, and it fights breakouts even after you use. It's oil free, and it has 2% salicylic acid, and which is basically like an acne medication. That's what's in like Proactive. That's basically like that chemical that like clears breakouts. Yeah, this is my cleanser. It's amazing. Like I love this so much. It makes my skin feel really like soft, smooth. So this is definitely a product that I love to use. I feel like it definitely has helped clear some of my acne. And then next is a Lush product, and I got this in October. And so this is the tea tree water, toner water, and you actually can't read the label, but it basically just looks like this. It's all scratched up and torn up and I need more of it. But basically what you do with this is you just spray it on your face. I'll spray it on my face after I use my scrub, and I'll just take like a cotton round and do it on my face. I also do it on my chest too. And this has tea tree oil in it, and that's also very good for breakouts. So I'd say that that's definitely like a product that helps. And then next is the Grease Lightening Tea Tree Cleanser. And it just looks like this. And it's just like a little baby bottle. And this is a gel, and so after I use the toner, I'll put this on. And so I just use one pump, and that's enough to go all the way down my face and on my chest. So it's definitely like a lot of product for such like a tiny baby bottle. But after I use this, it like makes your skin feel like tighter and cleaner. And so after I use it, like when it feels tighter, then I have to use a moisturizer. And then like the moisturizer that I use is actually an oil, and I showed this in one of my favorites videos, and it is Castor Oil, and it just looks like this. You can buy it at like literally any like natural store, I guess. You basically use castor oil to like clear up anything, I guess, like even like warts and stuff. And so it basically just like helps fight with toxins and stuff. And so I'll just use like a little tiny bit of this, because a little goes a long way. Like I still have so much of this left, like it's still up to here, and I've been using this for months now, and literally it's not even half done. But and so yeah, I'll just use a little tiny bit of that, and I'll put it on my face and just rub it in. And you definitely have to get used to the oily feeling that it gives you, because it doesn't come off. But I only use that at night, and so then I'll just go straight to bed, and then in the morning I'll wash it all off. That's all that I do, and that's like my whole skincare routine. In the nighttime I use all of those products, and then in the mornings all I do is I use the cleanser only. And so that's like my more nightly routine, but every day I use that scrub. But yeah, those are my products that definitely help me out a lot. Those are all of the products that I love, and it's also the end of my acne story. I hope you guys kind of liked hearing about my story with it, my journey with it, I guess. But I kind of just wanted to share with you guys my experience with acne, and I'm very, very happy to say that I'm finally in a place with my skin that I'm confident in it, and I'm not thinking about all of the acne on my face all the time. And so yeah, the birth control definitely really, really helped, and everything that I've been doing is really, really helping. And yeah, this is my current skincare story, and so if anything drastically changes, then I'm sure I'll upload another one. Until then, this is my whole journey with acne, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to find out a little bit more about me and my skin and whatever. And so yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!